Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. A moment of great pride, the anthems. Well, they have thrown down the gauntlet with that anthem. Now to match it. Mexico have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Well, a system promoted by the rise of total football, Peter. The wider players in the front three are key operators in how it all works on and off the ball. They have to provide for the central striker, of course, and protect their fullbacks, so they'll get few breathers. If these two don't make a good impression, there are quite good replacements on the bench.
There's the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, what else can we say about this fella, Moises Caicedo? He'll be extremely busy just shifting the ball all over the place as a 6 or an 8. We've seen him do that an awful lot. But it's what he does without the ball, for me, that makes him priceless. I mean, rarely do you see someone who can disrupt opposition play as cleverly as he can, and he will be a key factor.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Sanchez. Raul. That is good strength. Raul! Just sails past the upright.
Raul Jimenez, oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
Caicedo. Cross goes in there. Keeper's dealt with that. Clears it away. Estupinian. Time to deliver. And the shot! It's off target and by quite a way. Sanchez, and play cross-field, changing the point of attack.
Well, both starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Pacho. Ecuador.
Well, you can see what they're trying to do here, Peter. You know, get the ball into wider areas.
Yeah, there is a very visible, a very definite pattern here.
Well, that's where the space is, and it's quite simple. It's just going to stretch that defence, isn't it?
It's run loose here.
Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement.
Succumbs to the pressure.
So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal.
Estupinian.
Defending of the desperate variety. Over to the left. Nice control. And the shot!
Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Now it's Jimenez. Oh, just skips past his man. Can he finish? I think that's offside. Yes, it is. That has been cut short. Sanchez.
Half an hour played now.
Sanchez. Played towards the other side.
Alvaro Fidalgo.
And that's aimed into the middle. Spread out to the left.
That'll be a corner. Tries to get it clear.
Caicedo.
Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal.
And it's Caicedo.
Caicedo played out towards the right wing.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, nicely intercepted. And it's gone back to the keeper. Caicedo. Pacho.
And it's played forward.
Calmly anticipates. Long ball by the goalkeeper.
And that's been won straight back.
Now it's Jimenez.
And the whistle goes for half-time.
It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Reflections on the first half?
Mexico, well, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. Maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Picks it up out wide. Sanchez. He is just caressing the ball. Can he deliver? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Clipped into space. Cuts out the pass.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And here's R.A.N. Out to the left it goes.
And it's played in.
R.A.N.
Goes for a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
That's very neat.
And here's...
Can he find the finish? They've done it! And the second half is off to a flyer. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
And it's Caicedo.
In with the challenge. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
The ball is loose and the chase is on.
Well, that's not the cross he had in mind.
Pacho.
Over to the left. And that has put paid to that.
Played with finesse.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can...
He's not played the ball, that's a foul. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Could be danger here. Decent chance! Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Estupinian looking to run onto it. Sanchez getting this one clear. Caicedo. Goes for goal! So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
Caicedo. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Sanchez. Foot in. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Aim forwards. Some good work on the right flank here. That's really well manoeuvred. We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. Oh, can he get onto this? Lovely feet.
Ecuador really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Just 5 minutes remaining now. Very much into the last knockings. Alvarez shifted upfield. Moved on forwards. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Mexico nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Estupinian.
There's only one word for this, it's baffling. That team needs to figure out where the ball needs to be, and it's not there.
Valencia.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
And that will be the final act. Mexico have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads.
Yeah, it was a fairly stern test with very little between two teams that scrapped for everything.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.